¿Cómo está? Kaipacha here with the weekly Pele report on Rio Machuca, Costa Rica. Muy bonita. Moon's in Virgo, baby. As of today, today's a big day. And she comes into opposes Saturn, trines Uranus. Tomorrow opposes Neptune over there in Pisces before she goes into Libra and makes a nice trine with Pluto. So, tomorrow things, chill out a little bit. By Friday, she trines the Jupiter-Mars that's happening. Yeah, I'll be talking about that conjunction a lot. Sextiles the Sun in conjunct Saturn. And then by Saturday, she finishes up in Libra, opposes Chiron in Aries, and shoots into Scorpio to square Pluto. She's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? She's a crescent now. Just coming out of that new phase into the crescent. And then by Monday, she trines Saturn from Scorpio to Pisces, squares the Sun, Scorpio to Leo, opposes Uranus, Scorpio to Taurus. Look out. I'll read the Sabian symbol for that square. It's beautiful. And then by Tuesday, she moves on and basically goes into Sagittarius. That is our La Luna. Ah, yes, the beautiful waters of the feminine energy. So gorgeous. So today, what else is happening? The big thing also I want to talk about is Mercury conjunct Venus. Mercury couldn't get enough. He passed over Venus and then went into Virgo and thought about it a little bit and said, hey, wait a minute. I gotta go retrograde. I gotta catch up and hook up with Venus again and then go back into Leo for some romance, some fun, some play, some pleasure, whatever. Okay, and the Sun is sextile Jupiter today too, so that's very beautiful. This is, I had to get pretty far away from the falls because they're so noisy and loud, but geez Louise. Oh, this is nice and quiet over here. All right, what else? Well, by Friday, the Sun in conjuncts Saturn. But the big thing is that, Mars and Jupiter are traveling together, okay? They're not exactly conjunct until next Wednesday, but I am sure you're feeling it today, and I will be talking about it today because I won't get a chance to talk to you again until next Wednesday. So let me find a spot here and talk at you. Okay. It's my usual, I hope you can hear me. I'm always trying to juggle this. I'm as close to the camera, well, it's my phone, because the microphone is in the phone, and anyway. If I get too far away, I don't know if you can hear me. So much to talk about. Obviously, Mars conjunct Jupiter is in Gemini. What is Gemini? Variety is the spice of life. Yeah, master of all trades. No. Jack of all trades, master of none. I mean, it's all over the place. Gemini is curiosity killed the cat. Loki, the joker, the trickster. Check out this, check out that. Go over here, say this, say that. Change your mind. It's busy, 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 busy. And that's where the mantra comes in. And there's lots of, other, there's so many layers and facets to this whole, Mars-Jupiter conjunction. I'm going to touch on some of them today and probably some more next week. But we also have to understand that it's building, right? So this is a balsamic conjunction. Mars is approaching Jupiter. And what that is about is it's almost like clearing the stage. Scene 2 is over. You got to clear the stage, wipe it all away, and prepare for scene 3. right? So the conjunction is that moment, okay, that start of scene 3, and that's next Wednesday. So we're still kind of in the sweep up, you know, clean up, clean off, clear out, erase the chalkboard. I mean, this week is kind of like, I got to, you know, just settle this and get all this together so that I can go forward with a new creation. In cosmobiology, Jupiter plus Mars equals birth. Yeah, it's birth. Those are all planetary equations, and there's definitions for how each planet goes together. And there is this, you know, this essence of a new birth. Now this happens every, you know, 2 years and a couple months, you know, but still, yeah. The last one was what, you know, in 2022, and now it's coming around again, but it wasn't in Gemini. You know, it's probably in Aries or something. So, you know, now it's in Gemini, and you know, this is new ways of thinking. Open our minds, but it's also be here now. Sagittarius is really over the hills and far away, the big picture, the philosophy of life. Gemini is where the rubber hits the road, man. I got to get my website together. I got business deals to do. I've got money to pay. I got friends and networks. I've got woo. And as I spoke of last week, don't forget Saturn in Pisces squaring this Mars-Jupiter conjunction. And I'll tell you what, the intensity is going to be building. You know, I talked about this last week, Jupiter square Saturn, and what happens? Like the next day, yeah, the stock market drops 1,000 points. Well, that's a sign of things to come, folks. We have a very unstable economy. But that putting that aside, I also talked about Saturn being the stagecoach driver and Mars Jupiter being the horses. And who do you think is going to win? You know, I mean, Saturn is the slower moving planet, the bigger body. I mean, I know Jupiter is physically bigger, but, and even Jupiter, you know, overthrew Saturn, his father. Yeah, and, you know, took over, beat his father in the war in heaven. I mean, it was pretty intense. But think of the stagecoach driver. First of all, he's got a bit in the mouth. Yeah, and the horses, you know, can just go, ah. So this can be a very irritating time where you feel frustrated and irritated. And Mars Jupiter has no patience. Gemini has no patience. Let's go for it. Let's do it. Come on. Something new, something exciting. Let's right? And Saturn is there, not only with a bit in the mouth, but then he's got a brake on the stagecoach, right? And he can just like pull on that brake until the wheels of the stagecoach don't turn. Boom. And this can be what a square is like charging right smack into a wall. It's not funny. This can also work in one of two different ways. And I would say it depends a lot on where, yeah, this, you know, degree of Mars, Jupiter, I think it's around 17, 18, 19 of Gemini. It's really going to affect the mutable signs, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. Because Saturn's over there at 17 Pisces, Mars, Jupiter, 17 to 19 Gemini, and coming up August 18th, 19th, and 20th, Venus is going to move into Virgo and make a T-square. Oh, por Dios. I think we're really building up here to something, okay, around the 19th and the 20th of August. I have to see what that's going to be. But my main point is, where does this fall in your chart? Because it can happen in one of two ways. If this Mars-Jupiter in Gemini is falling in the lower half of your chart, chances are you are Mars-Jupiter, and you want to make things happen, and you want to charge, and you want to go. And Saturn is somehow the outside world, external authority or relationships, trying to, slow you down. If Mars-Jupiter is on the top 6th half, that could very well be that the outside world is like Mars-Jupiter popping, snapping like popcorn, and boop, 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 boop. And you are the one who's like, I'm Saturn. I don't really want to go so fast. I don't want to change. I got to slow this relationship down. I got to slow this boat down. So when I talk about, like things really happening, we live in a dualistic, polarized reality in the third dimension, planet Earth. So it can be happening inside you and wanting to go out, or it can be happening out there and impacting you, personally. So, one way or the other. Okay, I don't want to say that everybody's going to feel like to give birth and creative and new ideas and da-da-da-da-da. It may not be that at all. It may be, okay, that you've got too many emails and the boss wants too many things done and the family is demanding and da-da-da-da-da-da, So, the challenge with Mars-Jupiter is, and with all things Jupiter, too much. Too much. When it comes to Mars, it can be too much will force, too much impulse, too much ego or self desires and wants. I, me, my. So this is another thing that we really want to keep our eye on here. All right, is, are we doing this, that, or the other thing for ourselves, in service to others, the planet, the future? Are we serving love, or are we ambitiously driving after our own personal goals, satisfaction, comfort, security, whatever? Yeah, this is really something, because the Mercury-Venus conjunction is happening in Virgo, the sign of service. Like Bob Dylan says, everybody's got to serve somebody. Yeah, that could be a song for this week. I forget. Anyway. And I also want to just read to you the Sabian symbol. This is for today. This is like right now, and I just think it's really beautiful, Virgo, the 4th degree of Virgo, yeah? Black and white children play together happily. The overcoming of socio-cultural prejudices. Freedom from all forms, biases, and idiosyncrasies of the particular culture and class in which one has been born and educated is a sine qua non of the consciousness truly on the path. We got to overcome our conditioning. Yeah. The ideal of universal brotherhood underlies all great spiritual teachings, for they all are like branches of the one tree, humanity, in our divine state. This does not mean there are no racial differences, but rather that these differences have a functional value in terms of the whole organism of humanity and of the planet Earth. Yeah? Every human being should be seen, approached, and warmly met as a child of God, or in less religious terms, as an exemplar of humanity. Such a status gives to every social and interpersonal group the character of a brotherhood. And of course that led me to this week's song. I know it's kind of sentimental and old-fashioned, but he ain't heavy, he's my brother. The road is long with many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where. We'll get there. We'll get there. But I'm strong enough to carry him, 'cause he ain't heavy. He's my brother. So on we go. His welfare is my concern. Anyway. Ow! Cut it out. It's a beautiful freaking day in paradise, man. Okay. So where was I? So I think of this self-interest versus the good of the good of the whole, the brotherhood. Are we in service of the brotherhood? Venus, Mercury, and Virgo. Or are we just in it for ourselves? Sun in Leo, Mars, Jupiter, and Gemini. Yeah, boom. North Node in Aries says, yeah, we do need to, be willful. And I talk about, in today's mantra, right? We need focused attention for sure. But I got to bring the heart into it. Yeah? So, Leo is the heart, Gemini is the mind. We need to do the heart-mind meld. Now, another thing that, the image that came to my mind is just midwives. The doula or the midwife, it's like, giving birth. And it brings up a number of images, Number one, there's three components here. There's the mother, the newborn baby, and then there's the midwife. And, with this Mars coming by Jupiter, I feel like it is birth. There is a new paradigm coming. There is a new reality coming. There is a new da-da-da-da. But this Saturn in Pisces is also the Lord of karma. And we have, and Pisces is the oneness of all life and being. The collective unconscious. So we are all one, and we can't forget that. So it's not like we are the baby being born and we have to, get out of there and start, and charge and breathe and, and isolate and separate from the mother. That's one facet of it. We can also say that the baby is the future and the mom is the past. And if it's a difficult birth, the midwife has to decide, do I save the mom or do I save the baby? 9 times out of 10, they will save the baby. They will save the future. Yeah? This is... And I will say that, Jupiter, Gemini, Mars, that is the future. That is the... So, it's like we're giving birth to this new baby. Yeah? And mom, Saturn and Pisces, the mother of all potential life, can be having a difficult time. Collectively, we are having a difficult time. Economically, financially, culturally, morally, you name it. Yeah, there's really a lot of challenge that we all chose to incarnate into. It's like the compost pile is now heating up, right? And that compost heats up, and then the pile shrinks and shrinks and dissolves, into fertile soil, out of which the new emerges. I think we're still in a state of composting. In general, Saturn is decomposing us, for a couple more years in Pisces. before, like we really begin anew. But so what I'm saying is, it's helpful, I think, to take our time now and do our inner work. And you can see there's such an emphasis, okay, on the first 6 signs of the zodiac, that this is about orienting ourselves to what is really needed. Yeah? And then the moon moves up and squares that sun, comes into Libra and Scorpio. And yes, we're going to get needs from our partners, from our business partners, our lovers, and we're going to get, from the bank. Yep, there's other people needing money. And there's a lot of stress factors going on with this square. But I want to just read you again that Sabian symbol. It's not really coming up until on Monday, okay? But it kind of reinforces a little bit the other one. Obeying his conscience, a soldier resists orders. A readiness to face the results of a refusal to follow the authoritarian patterns of an aggressive society. Boom. May this Mars-Jupiter conjunction help you, individually and personally, to break free of socio-cultural, religious, parental, conditioning, patterning, guilt, shame, punishment, whatever, and break out of this polarization, domination, capitalism, greed. Just break out of that. Break out of that, man. Ow! We got to come together. This is the age of Aquarius. So what else is there, man? I get excited about this stuff. It's easy to get distracted. Or I was going to say irritated or frustrated. It's easy to get frustrated as there is so much going on. But with focused attention and patience galore, I know I will get it all done. Boom. You got this. You got this. Do not take Saturn's limitations or blocks or denial as an invalidation of your intention, your purpose, your worthiness, but rather take it as you need to have patience galore. You need to be mature. You need to be objective. You need to be doing this for the good of the many. And focused attention. Mars, Jupiter, and Gemini is scatterbrained. So this Saturn, square can really help focus it. And of course, retrograde Mercury is rebel against your own, not just external conditioning, but even some of your own attitudes, your own judgments, your own stories. We only receive data through our eyes and ears and touch and sensation. And we have filters. Yeah? We have memories. We have, conditioning. And like I say, two people standing on the same street corner. One can be in heaven and one can be in hell. We're in the same place. We're on the same planet. And Gemini has to do with attitude and with our daily thoughts and thinking. It's important to remain optimistic. Jupiter's optimism. It's important to watch our thoughts and see if we are being exclusive, prejudiced, judgmental. I mean, the list goes on and on. You know, so we can, you know, like I say, we can change inwardly now, and that is really what astrology for the soul is all about. That's what, you know, that's what this is about. It's not about changing the world. It's about evolving ourselves, right? Yeah. Sweep in front of your own doorstep. One more time, baby. It's easy to get frustrated. There's so much going on, but with focused attention and patience galore, I know I will get it all done. So there. That's that. Ow! And if you want some more, I am doing a little workshop here in Costa Rica, San Jose. Come on down. It's beautiful. On the 17th. Just in time for the big Wazoo T-square. Yeah, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's going to be a powerful weekend. Yeah, and we're going to go into the astrology of the times and, you know, really get into, you know, finding peace, love, and happiness in an uncertain world. That's the name of that. It's only a one-day workshop. I will be in Greece for a week at the end of October, middle of October. And then I'm putting together the Amazon. January, I will be going, taking a workshop on the Amazon River. You got to see this place. We're getting that ready now. But, so yeah, things are coming. Things are happening. And I hope that they're happening well for you. And that this is a time of opportunity. And you see whatever happens as an opportunity for soul growth and to bring more love into your life and onto planet Earth. Namaste, aloha, so much love. Ow! All right, I got to do a little addendum here because passing this tree on my way out, I love this tree and it's so apropos, so fitting for what's going on now. Look at these roots, and the river is washing away the dirt, the soil, the rocks. I mean, it's like, it's pretty challenging, but you have to look at this tree. What can I say? I mean, this tree is grand. It's huge. It's phenomenal. Look at that tree. You can't imagine how much that thing weighs, man. You know? I mean, it's... So, what happens? The roots have to go deeper to hold that tree up. We gotta... Our roots, we have to go deep in and deep down so that we don't fall down and get washed away as so much of what we have been resting on or counting on or whatever. It's like, the ground beneath our feet is shaking, so we have to go deeper.